Welcome to the very merry month of May. I'm Kenesha Dees. We have your Fox 54 Week in Review, another look at North Alabama's last 7 days through the lens of our news team. Here's what's coming your way this week. April ended with a vibrant and exuberant Panoply Arts Festival. We'll give you some of the sights and sounds. A veteran's home gets a much-needed upgrade. We'll hear from him and some of the volunteers who made this home improvement project possible. Your hometown may be getting some upgrades too. Huntsville City planners speak with our Kim McCoy about the exciting neighborhood projects underway. Plus, we'll have the final installment of our Workin' It series with Sedona Meadows, plus a special message from her at the end of our show. But we'll start with more fallout from the shooting of Steve Perkins. A question of trust has developed by residents of their city leaders, questions that got louder as Perkins' death passed the 7-month anniversary point. Here's a look. It's been 7 months since a Decatur police officer shot and killed Steve Perkins. It's where we start tonight. I'm Kenesha Dees. Community leaders remain vigilant, calling for the termination of all the officers involved and for the removal of Police Chief Todd Pinion. Former Decatur police officer Mac Marquette has since been charged with murder in the case. His trial is scheduled for October. We spoke with Standing in Power members Anissa and Terrence, and they tell us they haven't seen many changes in the Decatur Police Department. However, both did share how the group is working to improve transparency and accountability when it comes to public safety in the community.
And we're also in the process of reaching out to different local officials and explaining to them the importance of oversight and why we need oversight over our chief of police. Or future transitional chief of police that may come in place after Todd Pinion.
All right, and today Perkins family attorney Lee Merritt says he filed a formal request to meet with the DOJ to discuss Decatur police policies. We are waiting to hear if the DOJ accepted the request. And the push for change within the Decatur Police Department was reiterated during tonight's Decatur City Council work session. Members of the community airing out their frustrations that no policy changes have been enacted in the last 7 months following Steve Perkins' death. Here's a listen.
That you've had meetings about. What are, like she said, the actionable policy changes that you guys have either implemented or are about to implement that you see can bring change to the relationship between the community and the DPD?
That's something I know the chief has been working very diligently on. I do not want to speak for the chief, but I'm sure he would be happy to talk about it.
So with that being said, with those policy changes that are supposed to be being made, what time frame, because it's been 7 months, we've been coming here doing the same thing for 7 months.
Held its annual State of the City address, but Mayor Tab Bowling was not there. We reached out to Mayor Bowling's office and he confirmed he did not attend. The reason why? It's because he said he knew ahead of this address that a video would be shown of Decatur City Council President Jacob Latner giving an opening statement. Here's a brief part of what Latner shared in that video.
I regret that I couldn't join you all today due to a prior commitment. When thinking about the current state of our city, the reality is it has been a very difficult 6 months following the tragic death of Steve Perkins. It's been difficult for our citizens, our police department, and the family and friends of Mr. Perkins.
Most of the video is centered around how the city can move forward during this difficult time. For a full transcript of what Latner said, you can visit our website at fox54.com. We reached out to Councilmember Latner and he would not comment at this time. The chamber did give us a statement on the mayor's absence. Decatur Morgan Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Crystal Brown says in part, quote, yesterday the mayor informed us that he would not be attending today's State of the City event. It is unfortunate he chose not to participate. We had over 285 in attendance, end quote. The chamber also thanking City Council President Pro Tem Carlton McMasters and Councilman Kyle Pike for stepping in to share the state of the city. Our Jasmine Bird attended the address and shares more.
I don't think we can sit here today and give a State of the City address without addressing the Steve Perkins tragedy. So it's been very difficult. I know many in this room have been involved, have reached out to us. We consistently hear from the community there's a lot of hurt, there's anger, and there's confusion.
City Council member Kyle Pike says despite the odds, he's optimistic.
I firmly believe we will be better after this. We'll be a stronger and more united community.
City Council President Pro Tem Carlton McMasters is on the same page.
To what Kyle said, we're going to get through this and come out better.
And that better is beginning with a project visible as soon as you make your way across the bridge.
Many of you have heard or seen the 6th Avenue project. I think we've discussed it at the State of the City in the past. It's a great project. I've been a huge supporter of it. Now if you come over the bridge into Decatur, you kind of feel like you're driving, you don't feel like you're driving through a town. And oftentimes, if people get into downtown, you see how beautiful it is. And I think we need to expand that out to 6th Avenue. I believe that the public investment will lead to further private investment. So it's a great project. If you haven't seen it, you can find it online. But we're in the final permitting stage of that.
For Councilman Pike, quality of life is key, and the River City could also expect to see some new downtown developments opening soon.
We've got a 230-space parking deck that should be opening in the next month, sometime in May, I believe. That was part of the deal to get the Fairfield here. It'll have a retail component as well. I think over 4,000 square feet of retail, which is really important to do that on the front end.
Another project contributing to the growth downtown is the new ACA dorms for students.
Those are 68 units. I can't remember the exact number of students they'll have, but it's a mixture of, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom units.
Pike and McMasters both say the city can also expect more parks and recreation opportunities in the future. Indicator, Jasmine Bird, Fox 54 News.
A group of elementary school students from Montesano Elementary met with City Councilman Bill Kling this week with an idea to help homeless here in the Rocket City. They presented their idea to the council this Thursday, the group coining the idea Homeless Helpers. It's an idea to place signs throughout the city with a phone number and QR code, which will link to a list of all the available city resources for those who may be experiencing homelessness. Councilman Kling also presented them certificates for their community service.
Right, well, new tonight, a lottery system could finally be here in the Yellowhammer State. Lawmakers approved a proposal on gaming legislation today. The legislation would authorize a state lottery and multiple sites with electronic gambling machines such as slot machines. Sports betting, however, has been removed from the legislation. House Bill 151 and 152 now awaits further approval from the Senate. If approved, the proposal will go to a statewide vote on August 20th. Buffalo winning big this year. April's big event saw an estimated 10,000 attendees and 11,000 pounds of chicken wings. It was put on by UAH's Alpha Tau Omega in honor of fraternity brother Paul Fish Salmon, who passed in 2007 after losing his battle to leukemia. More than $100,000 were donated to the Russell Hill Cancer Foundation and Hudson Alpha for cancer research and treatment. Brothers of the Theta Pi chapter of the fraternity accepting this donation tonight in Salmon's honor.
Array of things to cancer patients, such as financial assistance, say with utilities, gas, things like that. So it'll really ease the financial burden and also contribute to cancer research.
What a good cause. Well, this year's Battle of the Buffalo was the largest philanthropic festival UAH has hosted in its 15 years. The neighborhood park is where many of us had our first bike ride, goals, and even a few scars. But still, after years of use, these spaces can definitely use an upgrade. One park in North Huntsville is getting ready to see a few changes. Our Ken McCoy spoke with Councilmember Devin Keith on what the community can expect.
This is where most of us grew up.
Something as simple as your neighborhood park can be life-changing.
We played our first baseball game, ended up learning sports, made our connections and friendships that last forever. I met my best friend here.
Even record-breaking.
I tell people all the time I threw my first no-hitter here. There's no proof that I didn't.
But after years of memories being made, some upgrades are needed.
What you're looking at is Stoner Field now. In the next year, 8 to 12 months, you won't even recognize it. There'll be almost $10 million invested in this location in the next year.
The project will be completed in phases.
What we're going to have in this first phase, because there'll be a number of phases to this redevelopment, is going to be a skate park. Huntsville Skate is an organization who has solicited the city, as other parts of the city have seen solicitations from mountain biking groups, as well as skating groups, as we have a skate park in John Hunt, and say, hey, North Huntsville, Huntsville as a whole could be a mecca for those individuals on roller skates that go from, roller time down to other areas.
Skating has cultural impact in communities of color. which Councilman Keith explains is why it's one of the focal points.
There's a cultural aspect to a number of the things that people do as hobbies. I grew up on roller skates, didn't know about rollerblades till I got older. My mama taught me how to use roller skates. And in the cultural aspect, a lot of people in North Huntsville grew up going to carousel, going to roller time, and that skating community has not gotten smaller over time, it's gotten older.
With redevelopment happening in many areas, making sure the authenticity of what makes areas like North Huntsville home is important.
I call it intentional investment. One, you have to have conversations with the community. Everything we've put out as a product from Johnson Legacy Center all the way to the murals that we've had are interesting points and perspectives that have been shared by the community. Then you look at the budget, what is realistic for the city and the time frame that it fits. But at the end of the day, to stay off gentrification and to keep the investment of economic investment of the people who have been here, like myself who grew up down the street.
And those who call it home have a lot to look forward to.
This is a unique time for North Huntsville. One, I can just be honest with you, I didn't know it would come this fast after having to deal with COVID over 2 years. You're gonna get a new grocery store, Starbucks will be attached to that. The developments that we're gonna have, I can't state, on the Parkway we'll never even consider are now about to be a reality. The town hall that we're having on 17th is to discuss the bypass, which is an over $30 million infrastructure investment that will affect some of the communities up there, but also potential rezonings and a multi-use and multi-mix district that will be coming to that area as well.
For Fox 54 News, I'm Ken McCoy.
Now, Fox 54 Top Teacher, sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
I'm excited to introduce this next educator. Her impact runs deep, from the kids in her classroom to the kids in her choir. Her peers say she's the definition of what it means to show up and show out. Meet this week's top teacher from Oakwood Adventist Academy, Sabrina Webb. Look around Sabrina Webb's class and you'll see.
I really hope Dr. Woods would say yes.
Webb's scope for teaching is far beyond these walls.
I love teaching. I love working with kids and being able to see them, reach expectations that sometimes people don't even expect.
Webb teaches third graders, and she's been at Oakwood Adventist Academy for 3 years.
I teach at a Christian school, so they learn about God. They learn about their academics.
But it's more than teaching reading and arithmetic. That's her divine purpose.
I don't just educate them for academics, just as a whole person. When they go outside, people don't know how smart you are, but they will remember how the impact that you left on them. Were you kind? Were you respectful?
Her peers admire her connection with her kids.
Her interaction with our wonderful K-6 choir, to see the energy and the love she has for music, that's just been the icing on the cake.
Yep, she's revived a choir shortly after the pandemic.
It's been amazing. It's really been an honor. It's the biggest choir I ever directed. We have over 150 kids.
Her performance last year, captured by Oakwood and reshared on YouTube, going viral.
It's completely unexpected.
With 1.6 million views and counting.
She finds things that need to be taken care of, and she just puts her heart into it. And when she executes, it's done well.
Webb wants her students to do the same. But for Webb, she hopes that whatever space her kids are in,
I always tell them, you might be the only Jesus that somebody sees. So you want to make sure that the impact that you leave, the first impression, that is something that's positive and that people will want to have you around them and come back.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Sabrina. Check out the moment she was surprised as top teacher. For more Webb exclusives and to nominate a teacher, visit fox54.com. Birmingham Southern College may get a second chance at staying open. That saving grace may come from Alabama A&M University. A&M officials confirmed with Fox 54 tonight that they are planning to make an offer to purchase BSC's campus in the coming weeks. If the purchase is approved, the campus will operate as a standalone, independent campus under the A&M umbrella. Now, as temperatures are warming up, it is a great time to be outside and enjoy the music. Athens Main Street kicked off the first Fridays After 5 event of 2024 this evening. Our Sedona Meadows was there and shows us more of the fun.
This is the beloved Fridays After 5 event. Now, as you can see, I'm going to step onto the shot real quick so you can see some of the crowd here. They're already lining up in the streets. They're sitting down, bringing their lawn chairs. It is a beautiful night to do this, and they're all waiting for some live music.
We want to be inclusive of people's musical taste, and we want to be sure that everybody feels comfortable and enjoys the square. So tonight's Soul Night, And then in May, it'll be dance night.
Tonight is the kickoff of Athens Main Street's Fridays After 5 event, happening the last Friday of every month from 5 until 8:30 through July.
We have usually 3,000 to 4,000 people that come and enjoy the square.
As well as Merchants Alley Happy Hour with music every Friday from 5:30 until 7 through June. At these monthly Fridays After 5, attendees can enjoy the food trucks, the music, and the local shops on the square, bringing the community together while giving visibility to the local establishments down here.
We've got great new restaurants that are upscale and independently owned. We've got 5 that have opened since November. We've got great boutiques. They're open after 5 tonight for Fridays After 5.
Like Trinity's, a gift and decor shop.
It has a great impact on our business because the great benefit for us is we have, traditional daytime hours, 9:30 to 5, Monday through Saturday, but people who are working during those hours can't come, of course, after we're closed. So the nighttime events are so great to get new people into the businesses and restaurants downtown.
So whether you're here for the music, here for the food, or the fellowship, there's something for everyone to enjoy. In Athens, Sedona Meadows, Fox 54 News.
Well, we are right here at the 42nd Annual Panoply Arts Festival, and I am joined by Christopher. Welcome. Christopher, kind of talk to me about the Big Swim, where we are now. I see a lot of arts, music, everything happening, but talk to me about the Big Swim, this tunnel we're under just right now.
So the Big Swim is an immersive art experience. It is a tunnel that is about 20 feet long, and it's got painted fish on the side that represent the koi that are in the Big Spring Pond over there. It's got all these bubbles that reflect the sun, refracting these beautiful colors onto the ground and onto the fish. And it's meant to design an immersive experience for the kids walking through the tunnel. They can be one of the fish in the pond.
We're not about to walk through, we're about to swim through.
Exactly. We're about to do our best fish impression. We're going to swim all the way through.
Love it. Let's go. Oh, this one. Yes. I think you beat me on that one. You beat me.
After a little fun under the tunnel, we headed to see the music and arts portion of the festival.
I think the art itself just brings people together. There's live music, there's food.
Emily Painter moved to the Huntsville area from New York last year in April.
My aunt had mentioned Panoply, and I'm a big arts person. I went to college for arts and music.
And Painter likes to see the festival as somewhat like a big family reunion.
It's been very fun because I've got to meet other printmakers, and it's been great to have the family come out as well. So it's a big family get together. It's really fun.
Arts Huntsville Executive Director Allison Dillon-Jockins says that's what it's all about.
Just remember, we have 3 performance stages and over 30 acts performing across our music stages. 100 visual artists. If you're bringing out kids, don't miss face painting. Don't miss the student art tent.
The last day for Panoply is tomorrow from 11 until 6. In Huntsville, Jasmine Bird, Fox 54 News.
North Alabama Canine Expo back in Limestone County today. The event took place at the Limestone County Sheriff's Rodeo Arena. It's meant to celebrate the bond between pet and owner by helping to teach owners about canine companionship. It also provided information about the adoption process. They even had meet the breed sessions and booths that offered dog products and services. And the best part, it was all for a charitable cause, supporting the North Alabama Animal Warriors, an organization which benefits animals in need.
The whole idea of a round bar is a sense of community, and so there is no this end or that end. Everybody is equal in a circle.
There's nothing like having a good drink with great people. But before we talk about that, this episode contains alcohol, and we want you to make smart choices when consuming. Now, let's get back to the bar.
And so we wanted this to be a community place for such a community property.
Gotcha.
And so you would come in, you can have a drink, you can see everybody at the bar.
Welcome to Poorhouse, located on the Stovehouse campus.
So we are in West Huntsville at the Stovehouse complex in our bar called Poorhouse. It is one of the only round bars in Huntsville, and it is the first rooftop bar in Huntsville. So above this building, and you were truly on the roof, which is really fun. So I designed the restaurant. It's very similar to a beach bar that I've been to at the Jersey Shore. The majority of people are coming and grabbing their drink and going sitting in the garden. We did add tables because we really want to welcome people to sit down and get food from the food garden and come in and eat. We have amazing televisions all around us as well, and so great place to watch sports, awards, ceremonies. There's always a great beat of music going on, and of course our servers are phenomenal. But I think the starlight is the drinks. So we have craft cocktails, as you can see. They are bright, they are colorful, they're approachable. We have amazing beer. Our Poorhouse Punch is probably the most popular. It's a vodka-based drink. And then there's the Canteen, which is slowly inching up to that popularity, and that's a tequila-based drink.
Now it's time to wind down.
Welcome to Church Street Wine Shop in downtown Huntsville. So this immersive experience, this restaurant was designed to look and feel like a Northern California tasting room, where the goal would be to sip on some wine to precipitate bottle sales. So you get to do a tasting, maybe have a glass, and then purchase a bottle off the wall when you walk out the door.
And a lot of the places you've taken me today sell in some capacity wine. What is your, I guess, your love for wine?
Church Street Wine Shop in downtown was our very first restaurant. So this is where it all started in 2014 and grew from there. And when we opened this, it was because we had a passion for wine. And we've brought 50 plus wines into the state of Alabama that were never here before we opened the shop. Mostly because we really love wine. And having lived in California and been lucky enough to go to wine country, we kind of knew what we liked and what we wanted here. And Grenache is one of those. And this is Grower's Touch. This is our second Australian wine. We love Grower's Touch. It's been super popular since we've released it into the United States.
And for the finale of this 3-part series, we take you to a few spots that come alive at night. With your food for thought, I'm Ken McCoy.
Green Street Market is back in downtown Huntsville. The market kicking off its 14th year today. The Green Street Market at Nativity is the city's only open-air market to get fresh fruits, veggies, and more. It's a place to meet the Tennessee Valley farmers and vendors who offer delicious locally grown food. Our Ken McCoy was at the market this evening and spoke with merchants on what makes Green Street an unbeatable event.
We've been here since day one, since they opened. I love it. Green Street is one of the best markets we ever been to. Like I said, we come here every Thursday.
It's been an amazing experience. We have the music, lots of vendors that are selling, breads, fruits and vegetables. So you could come here and basically shop for all your needs.
Sounds like a lot of fun. The market is open every Thursday from May to October with holiday hours in November and December. For full details, head over to FOX54.com.
Interacting with first responders can be intimidating for any child, especially those with special needs. And today, the Make a Way Foundation provided them a chance to interact with those in uniform while having some fun. Today was First Responder Day for the special needs community in Athens. Children were given an opportunity to learn and get comfortable with all of the Athens-Limestone County first responder agencies, as well as take a train ride, have some food, and observe the many demonstrations.
Well, I'm excited to introduce this story because it hits close to home for many of us in more ways than one. A Hazel Green veteran gets a surprise of a lifetime. Home Depot teamed up with Bearded Warriors to make this veteran's home that much sweeter. Our Jasmine Bird tells us how.
You want the truth? I've been in tears most of the day.
Meet Paul DeAugustine. The Hazel Green Army veteran was nominated for a home upgrade by his neighbor.
My friend down the street, our neighbor, she talked us in, she put us up for this. I didn't know it. I got an email or a phone call from TJ and telling me what's going on. I'm not used to being taken care of like this, and it's just a testament to the people in the world.
DeAugustine was a staff sergeant in the Army for 17 years and sustained several injuries with long-term effects while serving his country.
We've been trying to do like a little homestead since we've been here, and we've been here since 2020. With my health, we've only been able to get so far.
But thanks to this partnership with the Home Depot Foundation and a local nonprofit called Bearded Warriors, now it's a different story.
We have several projects that are going on today. We've got a huge raised garden bed. We have a shed going up, a fence going up, a play set, lots of yard work, anything that this family needs. We do projects in almost every city across the United States, any city that our stores are in. And the projects range from very small projects to very, very large projects in our communities. For our district, we do projects in Georgia, we do projects in Tennessee, and we do projects here in Alabama.
All in all, DeAugustine says he couldn't be more grateful for this opportunity.
I'm in overwhelmed mode. Like I said, I've been up in my prayer closet, crying my eyes out and giving thanks to God. And you know, a lot of this stuff is a surprise even to me. Like, they told my wife not to tell me these things, and some of this stuff we're seeing, and it's like I'm a little kid again.
In Hazel Green, Jasmine Bird, Fox 54 News.
On this last edition of our Sedona Meadows Workin' It series, we introduce you to the Tennessee Valley's well-known art lady, who doesn't just create murals across North Alabama. She helps people recreate their lives. Let's show you what we mean.
Sitting in an art studio, you often find the basics: your paint, your pencils, all the artsy things. But not every studio has the art lady.
When I was in school and I was the new kid and we changed schools, that's how I made friends. I could draw. And so, you know, that's how I communicate with people, is what I do. I don't know how to do it any other way.
Sonia Clemens, a North Alabama native, has connected with people through her art for decades.
There are no strangers with the art lady. She knows everybody.
Becoming the well-known art lady, a title she does not take lightly.
She is beloved everywhere. She's painted murals in schools in 4 states, I think, and a few years ago she was named as one of 20 women who shape Alabama.
Making her mark not only on walls, but on people.
I'm having a lot of fun meeting people and doing things that I never would have thought an art lady would have been doing
things like teaching art classes to those within the Jackson County Drug Court program.
Drug Court's an intense 18-month-long therapeutic program that takes people who have been charged with a drug crime or a drug-related crime and teaches them how to regain full citizenship, to get sobriety, and to reintegrate themselves into the community.
Judge John Graham has been overseeing this program for years, working to help participants reconnect with their families while living a healthy, drug-free life.
It shows you just what you're capable of, you know what I mean? And it shows you how valuable your life can really be once you actually accept it for what it is, you know what I mean?
It showed me that there are people out there that care.
Yeah.
And in 2016, the art lady entered the mix.
I thought this would be a way to make art accessible to people that normally it would not be as easily accessible to, and it would just make people happy. Maybe just be a bright light, something that I could do.
This all started as an art class for the kids of drug court participants.
The parents stayed with their kids during the art class. They didn't just drop them off and leave them and go do something else. And I could tell we were onto something. I think everyone began to notice we were onto something.
And onto something they were, because now for the last several years they've been creating pictures of hope on the Jackson County Courthouse lawn.
It's the only thing that really brings me peace is drawing. Yeah. Helping other people out with it and stuff, you know, painting.
They say the 12-step program, and I think about these people and how overwhelming their life is, but if they can break it down into steps, they're not as overwhelmed, and art is the same way.
If you can't have fun in recovery, to me, it's not worth having, because we live so much misery and depression and everything and addiction. Like, have some fun in it, you know.
Be a kid a minute.
Yeah.
I love giving this art class. It makes the court staff happy, it makes the participants happy, and it makes me happy.
It's a beloved part of the program that sees federal, state, and local support.
No taxpayer dollars are spent on this program. We get grants from the Alabama State Council on the Arts, the National Endowment for Humanities, and locally from just our friends in the community who wish to support us.
A program that will continue to thrive as the art lady brings both her passion and her paintbrush.
If we break it down into steps, we can accomplish big things.
Reminding folks, no matter who they are or what they've been through, there's always a blank canvas and a seat at the table.
The art lady rules.
Signing off for the very last time here in North Alabama, Sedona Meadows, Fox 54 News.
Well, I've spent days thinking about how I wanted to put this farewell into words, but I'll never really have the adequate words to describe how much my time here with the North Alabama community and with my Fox 54 family has meant to me. Now, I moved here almost 2 years ago from Arizona right out of college, not knowing what this experience would be like for a new multi-skilled journalist, what I would learn, who I would meet. And now thinking back to the memories I've made here, the people, you all, are what's made my time here so wonderful and so hard to say goodbye. I have learned so much about the Tennessee Valley, from the Rocket City's involvement with space and missile defense to the environmental resources, the first responders, the history, the arts, the food, and really the people making a difference in brightening others' days. The list goes on, but the point is you are all so special and have such unique abilities and knowledge, and I'm so honored that I got to share some of your stories and learn from you. And I'm grateful my Fox 54 team has provided me the platform to do so. Now, although I may not be in Huntsville anymore, I will still be sharing stories, just in a different region. I'll be reporting with our sister station, Fox 43, in central Pennsylvania. So please stay in touch. I will miss you all. And you know what? This isn't a goodbye. It's a see you later.
Wow, certainly not goodbye, Sedona. A job well done here at Fox 54. We will surely miss you. And on that bittersweet note, we reach the end of this Week in Review. For everyone here at Fox 54 News, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.